Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the giant conversation that is Topic Talks. I am joined here by Brandon and Anthony. Say hi, guys.
Hi.
What's up?
Um, if you guys haven't seen the show before, during our second half, we are doing Movie Madness Monday. It is where we talk about and geek out about a whole bunch of different movies that are coming out. So one of the biggest ones that just came out is Deadpool. Anthony?
Okay, man, we are so far behind this. That movie has been out for a month and a half now?
Yeah,
Oh,
about
no,
that.
no, we've already talked about it. We've talked about it before it came out.
And I still feel so ashamed. I feel like I need to turn in my nerd card for the fact that I still have not seen Deadpool, mostly because I am completely broke.
That's what I claim. I
just
claim that
watched
I'm
it
broke.
last night.
You make like twice what I do, so shut up, Aaron.
Not anymore. I may make twice what you do, but I don't work as much as I used to. And I do have bills
Get a job.
and credit cards and more credit cards.
And
Did I mention
whose
I have credit
fault
cards?
is that?
Anyway, back to movies.
And the new segment is about finances
It
and
is
how
not.
errands are screwed up.
Did you know that Deadpool's earned
754.5
English, Aaron.
million.
There you go. Wasn't written out properly.
So you know how to speak. That doesn't mean you just go blah blah blah. Besides, on my screen, it's written just perfectly here. Deadpool has earned 754.5 million globally as of this weekend.
Yes, but
Yes.
when you're talking about broadcast writing, you don't write it out like you usually do.
It's
And
an outline.
also, I have an objection here about point 2 over here. The second highest grossing X-Men film. Thank you. It is completely separate from the X-Men, even though it is in the same comic universe. It is completely separate from the X-Men films.
a lot of people won't even think it because there's only the two people that were inside there.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. This is going to be an interesting
Hey,
second
come
half.
on, man. Deadpool has had his own independent comic book since like the mid-90s. Get with the program.
We have Anthony. He'll talk about Deadpool.
Hey, you brought up Deadpool, and I happen to be here, so
It is coming out soon, though.
It's already out.
No, it's not.
Deadpool?
maybe on DVD release, but it came out February 28th.
It's supposed to come
Yeah.
out May 10th, it said.
It's already out in theaters.
I'm out on DVD and Blu-ray.
See, you need to say that out.
It's weird because it's still in theaters, and I want to
Yeah.
see it in the theater.
See, but then all we
Or
gotta
else
do.
my geek card will have to be permanently
No, no, no,
revoked.
no. I can get you an exemption. We're gonna go up to April's parents' house and watch it on their giant TV.
No, I still gotta see it in the theater.
Okay, whatever.
Anyway, it's just a thing.
What if
It's
we
a
do
thing.
it
So,
on that projector with, like, speakers?
Another thing
Now,
about
if they were playing it at Comic-Con this year, heck yeah, that will count. But
Yeah,
Okay.
that counts.
did you guys know that it is the number one R-rated film in the world?
Yes.
yes, but beyond that, it's actually become the highest grossing R-rated movie of all time. Which actually brings up an interesting thing here within the actual movie industry. Shows that actually a truly darker, grittier, more mature-based comic book movie is actually possible. You can see this now that Batman v Superman, which everybody says sucked, which,
I still haven't
neither
seen it
here
yet.
nor there on, but they're actually coming out with a R-rated release, DVD release. Have any of y'all heard about that?
Yeah, seen that today.
No.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's going to make the movie any better. More likely, I think worse, because let's face it, the last thing Superman needs is to be darker.
Yeah, I don't know. I've heard from a friend that what was the last Superman movie?
Man of Steel?
Man of Steel. I heard Man of Steel wasn't that good.
It was pretty terrible. I mean, it had its merits if you took it as something other than just a Superman movie. It was a good action movie. But when you're used to, Superman being Superman, he's got the powers, but not the morality.
Okay. Yeah, I have high hopes for Batman v Superman, and I really want to see it, but I've heard it both ways. I've heard that it's really good, and I've heard that it's really bad. So
You know, that's the first time I've heard that. I've never heard anybody say it's really good. I've heard some people say it was okay to fair, but I've heard a lot of people say it was bad, but nobody say it was good.
Wow, yeah,
Awkward silence.
It happens a lot.
eh.
Meh.
When you've got new equipment, it kind of. Anyway,
You're just going to have to ask our listener to just please excuse that.
yeah,
Thanks,
'cause
Grandma.
I think it's your microphones. Anyway,
Well, of course it's mine. I've got the old.
anybody
Future
who's
Dumb one.
listening, please excuse the
What did
humming that might or might not be coming through your speakers or headset or whatever you're listening to us on, because I can't seem to get rid of it right now and don't want to take the time. I'll figure it out after the show.
Brandon's just over here humming to himself.
So on to
Wait,
what?
Deadpool also beat another record.
What record did Deadpool beat?
It's for the global box office. It takes them on R-rated movies. The previous one was The Matrix Reloaded with 742 million.
I love how you guys are just over here just like reciting off facts like a freaking Wikipedia.
I haven't recited off facts. I just said, did you know? And then we talked about it a little.
Listing off these notes here. It's like, come on,
Yeah.
guys, get us some rapport going here.
Okay, Mr. Broadcast Expert.
Well, this is boring. It's like, come on, guys. If they wanted to hear this, they'd go to Wikipedia. But no, they want to hear our.
Nobody
witty
goes to
banter.
Wikipedia.
I don't know. The Civil
What?
War was
Did
too.
you really just say that nobody goes to Wikipedia?
I said nobody goes to Wikipedia.
Everyone goes to Wikipedia. Literally everyone goes to Wikipedia.
Okay, then I'm the one person that doesn't go to Wikipedia.
Yes.
Yes, you are literally the one person in the world who does not go to Wikipedia.
Okay, Kunzi. What movies do you have on your watch list then?
As I said, Deadpool. I've got to see that about 50 times. Other than that, from what I've seen, there's kind of a lull coming up here for the next couple months. You know, there's nothing really that strikes me that I really want to go see. Well, there was one, but I can't seem to bring the name of it to mind.
Oh, the new Jungle Book's coming out.
Yes, and it looks terrible.
Or did it?
It looks okay.
I think it looks pretty good. I'm excited to see what
I
they're.
love how you get the whole spread here.
Yeah.
It looks terrible. It looks okay. It looks good. It's like, okay, guys.
I really want to see
No,
it.
we're
Well,
missing-
you.
It looks terrific. You're missing that.
Well, Zach's not here. He could say it looks terrific.
Who is this Zach guy? Don't tell me you're replacing me. Come on. Don't tell me you're replacing me.
He is.
I'm
Tell me
not
who he is.
replacing you.
See, look, even has his own little
Good.
place up on the board.
Yeah, does Zach bring you up beer and beef? No.
Oh Lord, it's gonna be a long show.
I know it is.
So there's seriously no other movies you want to see that are coming out.
You spelled
Not
that.
right now, to be honest. I haven't been paying too much attention to the movie
Potential?
market lately.
Did you just say potential
You said attention.
instead of attention? Potential.
Potential?
That's what
It's
you
a new
said.
thing. I'm making it a thing.
It is not a
You
thing.
heard it here, folks. This is now a thing. Potential.
Okay, define potential.
It's like attention, just with more puh.
And that is the weird brain of Anthony Kunze, everybody.
Oh, what? Wait, you took a picture of my brain again? Dang it, Aaron! Didn't I told you to return that MRI machine?
Yes, but you know I don't listen to anybody.
Yeah, just me. You don't listen to me.
You don't listen to me either.
Okay,
That's true.
so one big topic that I want to talk to you about, I
Always
want your
welcome.
opinion on. What do you think about the new Ghostbusters movie?
To be honest, I think it's gonna be interesting. I kind of want to see it. To be honest, I don't think we have really enough information of whether or not it's going to be good or bad. I hear a lot of flack going against it. It's like, oh, it's so different. It's not going to be good. It's going to be terrible. But to be honest, most of it really seems to be the fact based around the fact that it's going to be an all-female cast.
It's gonna be different. I don't know.
See,
It's going to be different. Whether it's going to be a good different, a bad different, or just
I don't know.
an indifferent different, if that's a thing.
I don't
It
feel
is
like
now.
it being an all-female cast is really its downfall. I feel like its downfall, and at least this is what I'm getting from the trailer, is that it is in no way connected to the original movies.
Really?
Well, yeah, that's almost a good thing, I think.
I-
Due to the fact that the original Ghostbusters is long since past. The last one came out, what, mid-90s?
Yeah, I think so.
But, if that late, it was early to mid-90s.
Yeah, but
You know,
usually,
It's going for a completely different generation. The story has passed. And if you remember, Ghostbusters 2 was actually kind of a critical flop.
eh,
So
I like
they're
Ghostbusters
trying to
too.
freshen up the IP. You know, they're going with a fresh idea, a fresh cast, a fresh, basically everything, but set within the same universe, which is going to be good. You know, you're going to still have all the same events of Ghostbusters 1 and 2, but you're also going to have the benefits of you get to know new characters, new places, for God's sake, new ghosts. You know? There's a lot of good things that can be done with it, and I'm hoping that's what they do.
well, one thing that and I'm not saying that they have to bring back the entire old cast. What I'm saying, all I really want is just some okay, maybe one of the daughters continued on I want some connection to the original movies.
Well, there was no really overall arcing plot between the first two movies either, so there's nothing really to continue. They were both their own self-contained plot arc with no real loose ends when you think about it. I mean, what are they going to do? Bring back the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man? Well, they killed it.
Well, no, but I'm saying okay, one of the daughters, they could say, okay, this guy's daughter is who's running it now, and this is who they've got. And have completely different characters, a completely different storyline, but still have that little thread of connection between the original series.
I think you're almost talking about cameos, or just little, Easter eggs for the plot here. Just little things to say, hey, this is the same thing. Hey, this is the same thing.
No. What I'm saying is, okay, I don't know. I like it when they say, okay, this is the daughter of this person, but that person never shows up in the film, and that's kind of how they leave it lie. You know, they're kind of
Well,
she's carried on the family business, or even a granddaughter. You could say this is the granddaughter, and she's rebooting, her family's legacy, or something like that.
Yeah, but that's also so tried, you know. That's been rehashed and rehashed and rehashed. That's the same plot as 15 other movies that I can think about in the last 5 years. Just this time with ghosts. You know, I want something fresh. I want something completely new. You know, I'm almost looking like this. I want it to be basically like a good fanfic in a movie version. You know, new, good characters, completely disassociated. You know,
Although I do think that the characters look ridiculous.
we'll see. You know, I still don't think there's quite enough information out there.
Anyway,
There's only so much you can get out of a trailer.
that is true. There is only so much. Well, for all we know, it could be a movie that could satisfy both what you are looking for and what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
That might be very, very, very unlikely, but it could be a possibility.
Yes, but from what I'm guessing, though, judging by Hollywood trends right now, I think it's not going to be a giant success of a movie. It might be good, but I don't think it's going to be great. I really don't. Just simply seeing the way this Hollywood goes. I mean, as I said before, we don't really have enough information, but it's... Hollywood has been going downhill with these things. With their nostalgia reboot fest. It's... You know... Well, either way, I digress. Fingers crossed, it'll be good. Who knows? Maybe we might get another good couple movies out of it, or even just one. I'll take it, but you know,
Yeah, I feel like they're running out of ideas, so they just, go into a room of old ideas, kind of pick a movie and go, let's run with this one, let's remake it. And it's most of the time when you do a remake, at least in my experience, a lot of the times when you do a remake, it is horrible and should never have even been thought of.
Well, that's just because it's Hollywood's treating it like a money grab. It's like, hey, we don't have to put any effort into this whatsoever. So, hey, you're a director? Yeah, we'll throw you in there, Michael Bay, and just watch whatever terrible, terrible abomination of a movie is going to come out of it. But they know that just the fact that people are nostalgic for it, they're going to come to the theaters. They're going to make their money, period. Doesn't matter how terrible of a movie they're going to make.
Yeah. The reboots are, like you said, they just kind of
Hollywood's gone crazy with it.
Hollywood's been crazy, but they have gone crazy.
Hollywood has been completely out of ideas literally since about the 50s.
But they've had some good ones, and there's been some really good movies, but they do have in what lulls in movie creating. I mean, now they're just movie copying.
Well, actually, let's take a second here. Look at what we're currently rebooting and making as a GIF. Okay, this work?
Yes.
Apparently they're trading out my mics.
We're trading out mics because I think that's the cause of the static.
Well, if you take a look at what all is being rebooted right and rehashed right now, all of the new, fresh material that was back in the day, what we're going over now, tended to be relatively low budget, not quite indie flicks, but the kind of thing that was very out of the box back in the day and wasn't exactly expected to succeed. Ghostbusters. Yes, it may have had a good cast, but it was not a big budget. The effects realistically weren't great. They did good with what they had, but even for that era, they weren't spectacular. But they took a good cast. They took kind of a weird idea that they just decided, you know what, we're going to take a risk with it. We're going to roll with it. And it turned out great. But what Hollywood is currently looking at is the fact that for every one of those smash hits, they had 2 or 3 failures, or ones that never even really launched. Then get past cutting room floor, and they just cut their losses, and with a little bit of footage, and just, you know what, we're just gonna pretend this never happened, never release it to the theaters, nothing. And they realize that, hey, we can make a lot more money this way if we just stick with what's safe.
Yeah. And like what you were saying earlier, or just a couple minutes ago, about how a lot of the films that we really like now that they're trying to recreate with bigger budgets, like not to the recreating side, but more of the low budget side. Rocky was a really, really, really low budget film. It had almost no budget. And look at how that. I mean, yes, they went crazy with that and made way too many of them. But
you realize they just came out with another one like a week ago?
No.
Yeah.
They came out with a spin-off of it about something completely different.
It's still a Rocky movie that just doesn't happen to star Rocky.
Anyway,
I mean, we're basically, if we count them all up, we're on Rocky 14 by now? Reminds me of that one scene in, what was it, Back to the Future 2?
Yeah.
Where he sees the sign for, Jaws 76?
Yeah.
It's done. It's dead. Which, granted, from what I hear, Creed is supposed to be a good movie that actually... Did you really just give me back this same mic you just took away from me not 10 minutes ago?
Because that one died.
Yes, I did.
These guys, I swear.
I'm sorry, his mic sucked. I'm just trying to fix a problem over here.
I almost
really
wish
did.
y'all could see what I'm looking at. This is the most redneck
It is Aaron.
Hey.
I mean, we could literally just pack this into the bed of a pickup truck and drive out into the middle
Car.
of nowhere.
Car.
I drive a pickup. Shut up.
But Aaron does car.
Yes, but Aaron has a flat tire.
No, he has a donut.
I have a donut tire.
Great. I have a pickup truck that currently has the windshield caulked in and a busted tailgate. So now, who are we going to talk about being redneck?
I like my
Right.
setup, thank you very much. I have 2 tablets, 1 phone, and a computer with an external monitor with 2 mixers.
I'm staring at your monitor here that has a whiteboard hanging above it, and above that, a rifle.
No, it's a BB gun.
It's a BB gun.
Whatever, it's all hanging on a rifle rack.
Because
okay?
I haven't taken it down yet.
You're not going to take down the rifle rack, and you know it.
I actually want to move it. Anyway, we're getting off topic. It's supposed to be about movies. Come on, guys. So, no, just like, but if you remember, Rocky literally had no budget, but look how good it did. But then Hollywood's like, oh, this was a success. Let's make another one. And the audience.
My one hope for this is, well, we actually have another recent example of what I'm saying with Hollywood took a low budget risk and made out like a bandit. And that is, I am talking about, again, Deadpool. I mean, let's face it, guys. They almost gave that the axe back in, what was that, 2013? When somebody, which is long been rumored to be Ryan Reynolds himself, leaked the animated, just kind of mock-up of what the movie was going to be on the internet, and people just went nuts for it, and basically flooded the producers and the, I believe it's what, Fox? 21st Century Fox?
Think so.
Yeah, they flooded them with, hey, when is this movie going to come out? Oh my god, we're going to give you just take my money. Just all of my money. Just take it. And then they're like, okay, well, we better make this movie now. And now look at it. I mean, 752 million,
Yeah.
I think you said?
Almost 753.
Yeah, that is a ton of money. I mean, even when we're talking about these giant blockbusters, that is a crap ton. What currently out there is doing similar to that? What has done similar to that in the last year? You can probably name 1 or 2 titles. I mean, given in the last year, what? Probably Mad Max, that I can think of, Jurassic World, and really those are the only 2 I can think of that really came close / topped it. There may have been a couple others, but as I said, I kind of got out of the watching movies. But, this really could be kind of a wake-up call to Hollywood that, hey, maybe it's time to take a risk, because when we do, we're going to make a killing. And
Well,
there's another one that I see interesting. Brings up another aspect of movie making. I see over there looking up Super Troopers 2.
I was looking up Super Troopers 2. I was excited for it to come out, and it does say it's coming out in 2016.
But the question is, how reliable is that? Because they're doing that in a very indie style. I mean, they crowdsourced the funding. So, a lot of the guys who are actually making this movie this time around aren't the original producers and directors. It's the actors. So there's,
That's who originally made the film before. If you look at the film, a lot of the actors were the producers.
I know some of them were producers, but I don't think they had the directorship as much. But, there's a lot that goes into it. This is going to be a lot different than how they did the first one. The funding setup is completely different. Plus, the actors themselves have more control, and we don't know how much control they had before. And frankly, whether or not they're ready for it.
I'm just excited. It doesn't give a date. It just says 2016, so I don't even know if it's done yet.
My guess is if we're going to get it this year at all, it's going to be late this year.
Um,
I'm guessing like just sort of a pre-Christmas release,
it could be
like mid to late November.
if we even get it this year.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's like I have trouble believing that it's going to actually be this year.
Um,
I would expect more maybe this time next year.
Another movie I want to talk about is Alice Through the Looking Glass. Have you seen the?
I've seen bits and pieces. My fiance once is basically told me you're going to see this if I have to threaten to cut off your
Well, why don't the four of us go to see it? Because it's a movie I'm actually interested in. Originally, when I saw,
From what I've seen, it looks.
I'll come with you.
originally when I saw Alice in Wonderland, I said, okay, Johnny Depp is dressed really weird as the Mad Hatter. I have to see
What
this.
else is new?
But I had to see it, and it actually turned out a pretty decent film. It wasn't. I don't know. I was expecting it to be bad, but I was just going to see it because Johnny Depp's costume was pretty awesome.
When we're talking about movies for an adaptation of The Wizard of Oz, there's been what, 2 so far?
Yeah.
There was the one with.
There's
Johnny
been more
Depp.
than that.
2 main ones that everybody think about. There's the Disney adaptation and that latest one with Johnny Depp. And honestly, have either of you two read the book?
Wait, are you talking about Alice in Wonderland?
Alice in Wonderland.
You said Wizard of Oz.
I apologize. I meant. Guys, I swear I'm sober.
Well, but the funny part about it is if you look, there is several Wizard of Oz films, whether they're private films or because I've seen a lot of different versions of.
Yes, I know there's a lot of Wizard of Oz. I misspoke. I was trying to talk about Alice in Wonderland.
But I'm making a connection here. Hold up. But there is also a lot of Alice in Wonderland films.
Not really.
Yeah, there is.
There's been a couple, especially internationally.
Uh-oh, there goes
And
Aaron.
some of them are weird as
Aaron's
crap.
looking it up.
Like there was what? Did you guys ever watch that? I believe it was a Czechoslovakian version of the Wizard of Oz.
There was one
with
in
taxidermy animals.
Yeah.
There was one in 2010.
That was creepy as hell.
There was one in 1951, 1958, 1999, 1933, and 1974. And that's just when you search Alice in Wonderland in IMDb.
Told you had to search it.
But how many of those are internationally? Because the main ones we think about here in the States, and I assume most of our audience is here in the States, all one person.
Aaron can't broadcast to Germany on YouTube.
Yeah, I can't broadcast to Germany on YouTube.
You can broadcast to Germany on YouTube?
Can't.
Can't.
One of my videos got blocked in Germany.
What?
I don't know why.
Didn't YouTube tell you?
Yeah.
It did. That's why I said it got blocked.
No, why did usually it tells you about that. Were you talking about something that they did? What did you say? Okay, well, I gotta say, you are a raging conservative, so yeah, I mean, to them.
But I try not to bring politics into the show. That's one thing that I have a couple times. I have slipped up, but I try not to.
If just casual viewing, I mean, you were just talking about explosives on a school bus, so
From the CIA.
From the CIA. That was the CIA.
If you just even leave out the CIA part, you were talking about explosives on a school bus. I mean, that will get you flagged as a terrorist on most places. I mean, have fun getting on a plane next time, my friend.
Okay. Well, this second half has surely been very interesting.
I'm sorry I seem to have hijacked it. I know I'm not getting invited back.
Anyway. So, we only have about a little over a minute left. For those of you who've seen the show, I go on my little rant about how if you guys would like to send us topics, I do whatever I can. I actually encourage you guys to send me topics. It does make it a little bit easier on me, but I want this to be kind of an interactive show. I want you guys to send me stuff that you want us to talk about, you think would be a cool topic for us to talk about, and we'll be more than happy to give you our opinion, talk about it. Even if you want to write a little letter and we can read it off on the show.
Letters? Who uses letters anymore?
Okay, email, Facebook message. Write me if you want to write me something. I can read it on the air.
Attach to a brick, send it through his window. I know y'all are local.
Anyway, so in our 30 seconds left,
In our basement.
hopefully you'll join us next Monday at 6. Again, we do this every Monday at 6. And hopefully you'll join us again. Hopefully Coonsy didn't scare you off. Until next time, I'm Aaron Klingy-Smith.
I'm Brandon Buffy.
And I am Anthony Coonsy, who I am pretty well sure that I am not coming back.
Signing off.